So is AI coming for your job? I mean, it's the question on literally everyone's mind. There's so much hype and, let's be honest, a lot of anxiety too. But what if we just cut through all that noise? Okay, let's really get into this, because the story of AI and your career, it isn't just about a threat, it's about a massive, massive opportunity. And today, we're not just going to talk about the problem, we're going to map out a path for you to actually seize that opportunity.
First things first, we've got to be real about the challenge ahead. The numbers? Well, they don't lie. A recent survey found that a staggering 77% of executives expect entry-level jobs to be seriously disrupted by AI. And this isn't some far-off prediction. This is happening right now.
And this isn't just a hunch from some CEOs. A study from Harvard University put it in pretty stark terms. They found that AI is already eroding the bottom rungs of career ladders. Think about that. The jobs that have always been the way you get your foot in the door, the ones with predictable, routine work, those are the very first ones on the chopping block.
And a Stanford analysis shows this is already hitting recent grads hard. Young workers, we're talking 22 to 25-year-olds, have seen a 13% drop in employment in fields that are really exposed to AI. And get this, at the same time, their older colleagues in the exact same fields saw their job numbers go up. So yeah, this shift is happening, and it's hitting people just starting their careers the hardest.
But here's the thing. To really understand what's happening to jobs, we have to zoom out. Because this isn't just about a robot doing a few tasks. No, this is about completely rewriting the rulebook for how entire industries work. There's actually a term for this, from a study in the Journal of Theoretical and Applied Information Technology. It's called disruptive technology. And it's not just a fancy new software update. It's a force, something like AI or blockchain, that doesn't just improve a system. It completely tears it down and rebuilds it from scratch to create totally new ways of winning.
And if you want to see what that really means, just look at this. This is how things used to work. This incredibly complicated chart shows all the steps and all the middlemen involved in just one international trade deal. You've got banks, inspectors, couriers, customs. It's a tangled mess, right? Well, this is exactly what's right for disruption.
And that's the whole point of this disruptive tech. It's not about making one person's job a little faster. It's about taking that crazy tangled web we just saw and drawing one straight line right through the middle of it. It's about cutting out all the bottlenecks and creating a way of working that's just fundamentally smarter and more efficient.
Okay, so with that huge picture in mind, let's bring it all the way back down to you. Because this disruption isn't just something that's happening to you. The very tools causing it are right there available for you. It's time to start building your own personal AI toolkit.
And you know what? Getting started is so much easier than you probably think. You can build your knowledge just by listening. Podcasts like Hard Fork from the New York Times or Discover Daily are amazing ways to keep up with what's going on, and you don't need a computer science degree to get it. And then, you've got to get your hands dirty. These are the big names you hear about in the headlines, the major AI models you can go and play with right now, today. They aren't locked away in some lab. They are real tools you can actually use. And you can start making it useful immediately. A guide from DePaul University has some great ideas, like using tools like Microsoft Copilot to supercharge your studies. Ask it to make a quiz from your class notes. Tell it to summarize a super long lecture. Use it to brainstorm ideas for that next big paper. The whole point is to just start. Start treating AI like a partner in your work.
And that idea right there, the idea of a partner, that is probably the single most important mindset shift you can possibly make. This is not about you versus the machine. It's about you working with the machine.
Really, this whole debate boils down to two totally different stories. Is AI a job replacement here to make us all obsolete? Or is it a performance booster designed to make us better at what we do? Well, the evidence is piling up, and it's pointing pretty clearly toward the second one. Google CEO Sundar Pichai said it perfectly. He said AI serves as an accelerator. The goal isn't to replace people, it's to amplify what we can do, helping us come up with new ideas faster and letting us focus on the stuff that really matters. A perfect example of what this actually looks like is the rise of something called AI agents. Just think of them as digital teammates. They're these little autonomous tools that can handle boring, multi-step tasks like scheduling meetings, pulling data for a report, or even writing the first draft, which frees up their human coworkers to do more complex thinking.
And this isn't science fiction. It is happening in the real world. At NYU Langone, they brought in an AI assistant to help medical scribes summarize patient notes. And you know what happened? Nobody lost their job, not one person.
Instead, the staff was freed up from all that repetitive paperwork to spend more time, actually caring for patients.
So, this all leads us to the most important question of all. What do you do now? How do you build a set of skills that isn't just relevant, but makes you absolutely essential in this new world?
Let me tell you, the need to adapt is real and it's urgent. A 2023 study from IBM found that 40% of the entire global workforce, that's 4 out of every 10 people, will need to reskill in the next 3 years, mostly because of AI. Change isn't coming. It's already here.
Thriving in this new world means understanding the new division of labor. Let the AI do what it's amazing at, crunching massive amounts of data, handling repetitive stuff, spitting out that first rough draft. That frees us up, the humans, to focus on what we do best, using our judgment, being creative, connecting with empathy, and working together to solve really hard problems. And these right here, these are the skills that will give you the ultimate edge. Report after report from places like McKinsey and Microsoft, they all point to the same timeless human abilities. Being adaptable when things get chaotic, being able to synthesize information, having sharp analytical judgment, creativity, empathy. These are the skills that AI cannot replicate. This is your durable advantage.
So we end right back where we started. The anxiety? Yeah, it's real. But so is the opportunity. The tools are out there, and they're more accessible than they have ever been. The challenge to adapt, to learn, to grow, it's clear. The only question left is, what are you going to build with them?